Dealers look at your silver hair and instantly see dollar signs. Stop letting greedy salesmen drain your hard-earned retirement. You do not need massive touchscreens or complex turbochargers that explode instantly. Today, we are exposing 3 toxic pickups that will completely bankrupt you, alongside 4 dirt-cheap, low-step workhorses guaranteed to cross 500,000 miles with basic oil changes. Number 1 is a cast iron legend, but the tiny powerhouse hiding at number 4 will shock you. Hit subscribe and let us save your pension. We must start by ripping the mask off the worst traps on the market. Our first disaster is a complete financial black hole, cleverly disguised as a trusted American classic. Worst 3. The 2004 to 2008 Ford F-150. When buyers want traditional American capability, they naturally look at the best-selling truck in automotive history. But the 11th generation Ford F-150 hides a fatal flaw directly under the hood. You must avoid the 5.4-liter Triton V8 engine at all costs. Ford engineers designed this engine with a catastrophic 3-valve architecture that destroys itself from the inside out. The primary issue involves the internal cam phasers and the timing chain system. The engine utilizes plastic timing chain guides that shatter due to extreme heat and poor oil circulation. When these plastic guides break, the metal timing chain slaps against the aluminum engine block. You will hear a loud, rhythmic diesel ticking noise when the engine idles at a stoplight. If you ignore this noise, the chain stretches and skips a gear tooth, causing total engine failure in seconds. Furthermore, the spark plugs are a complete engineering disaster. Ford used a unique 2-piece spark plug design for this specific generation. Carbon builds up around the lower half of the spark plug inside the combustion chamber. When a mechanic attempts to unscrew the spark plug during routine maintenance, the plug snaps in half. The bottom half remains permanently seized inside the cylinder head. Extracting the broken metal requires highly specialized tools and carries a massive labor cost. Seniors buy this truck because it looks tough and features traditional styling, but the moment the check engine light illuminates, you face a repair bill that easily exceeds the total value of the truck. Beyond the engine, the physical design is hostile to older drivers. The heavy steel doors are incredibly difficult to swing open on uneven ground or slight inclines, and the step-in height is awkwardly tall for anyone dealing with knee pain or arthritis. The interior visibility is completely compromised by massive front pillars. Additionally, the 4-speed automatic transmission suffers from a weak overdrive servo pin that snaps, leaving you without top gear on the highway. Dealerships will practically beg you to take these trucks for $4,000. Leave them on the lot. A terrible V8 engine is bad enough, but what happens when an automaker builds a compact truck with terrible seats, dangerous blind spots, and an engine that constantly misfires? Prepare yourself for a complete domestic failure. Worst 2. The 2004 to 2012 Chevrolet Colorado. Many retirees want a small truck to navigate tight grocery store parking lots and narrow driveways. General Motors attempted to answer this demand with the first-generation Chevrolet Colorado and its twin, the GMC Canyon. They failed on every single metric, creating a nightmare for seniors who prioritize comfort, safety, and reliability. General Motors decided to experiment with bizarre engine configurations to save money on development. Instead of engineering a traditional 4-cylinder or a balanced V6, they literally chopped cylinders off their existing inline-6 engines. This resulted in the highly flawed 3.5-liter and 3.7-liter inline 5-cylinder engines. These engines suffer from severe internal design defects that cannot be prevented with simple oil changes. The cylinder heads are notorious for worn valve seats directly from the factory. This manufacturing defect causes a catastrophic loss of engine compression over time. The truck will idle incredibly rough, misfire constantly, and stall unexpectedly at traffic lights. Replacing the cylinder head costs thousands of dollars and requires pulling the engine apart. Beyond the engine failures, the interior feels like a cheap plastic toy box. The seats are entirely flat, unsupportive, and cause severe lower back pain during long highway drives. The suspension is brutally stiff, sending every single pothole impact directly up your spine, and the turning radius is surprisingly terrible for a compact truck, making parallel parking incredibly difficult. The electrical gremlins are equally infuriating. The air conditioning blower motor resistor burns out constantly due to poor electrical grounding, leaving you with cold air blowing only on the highest, loudest fan speed. The factory radio units fail completely, plunging your commute into silence. Worse yet, the pass lock anti-theft system is highly defective and will strand you. The security sensor inside the ignition cylinder fails, preventing the truck from starting even with the correct key. You will be stuck in a parking lot for 10 minutes waiting for the security system to reset. Seniors buy these because they are small and wear a trusted Chevrolet badge on the grille, but they regret the purchase within the first month. These trucks sell for $5,000 on the secondary market. Do not fall for the trap. If you thought a failed 5-cylinder engine was terrible, wait until you see what happens when a brand attempts to sell complicated European diesel technology to the American market. Our number 1 worst truck is in financial tragedy. Are you tired of dealerships hiding the truth about these flawed vehicles? Hit the subscribe button right right now. We expose the mechanical reality so you can protect your wallet and enjoy your retirement in peace. Let us look at the worst truck you can buy. Worst 1. The 2014 to 2019 Ram 1500 Eco Diesel. Retirees love the idea of a diesel engine for towing and highway cruising. Traditional diesels offer massive torque for pulling a travel trailer and incredible fuel economy on long trips. Ram capitalized on this nostalgia by introducing the 3.0-liter Eco Diesel V6 engine, promising heavy-duty capability wrapped in a comfortable half-ton package. They delivered a catastrophic, highly complex disaster that ruins bank accounts. This engine was designed by an Italian company named VM Motori and has nothing in common with the legendary Cummins diesel engines found in heavier Ram trucks. The Eco Diesel is a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. The primary failure point is the Bosch high-pressure fuel pump. This specific pump design is highly intolerant of American diesel fuel, which lacks proper lubrication. The internal metal components rub together and shear apart, sending tiny metal shrapnel completely through the entire fuel system. It destroys the fuel injectors, the fuel lines, and the engine block. Replacing the entire contaminated fuel system costs over $10,000. Furthermore, the complex emissions equipment completely chokes the engine. The exhaust gas recirculation cooler cracks internally due to extreme heat cycling, dumping raw engine coolant directly into the exhaust system and intake manifold. The exhaust particulate filter clogs with thick soot if you only take short trips to the grocery store. When the filter clogs, the truck enters a restricted safety mode where you cannot drive faster than 30 miles per hour. The selective catalytic reduction system features unreliable sensors that fail and prevent the engine from starting. The interior of the Ram is admittedly comfortable, featuring a unique coil spring rear suspension, but that comfort means nothing when the truck spends 6 months sitting broken at the dealership waiting for back-ordered parts. Do not let a salesman convince you that this diesel will save you money at the pump. The massive repair bills will completely drain your fixed income. Walk away from the Eco Diesel immediately. Now that we have exposed the financial traps, we can shift to the vehicles that will actually protect your wallet. If you want maximum reliability but have a tiny parking space and bad knees, our first recommendation is an unstoppable vintage workhorse. Best 4. The 2000 to 2004 Toyota Tacoma. When the topic of immortal reliability comes up, buyers immediately mention the Toyota Tacoma, but you must completely ignore the massive, oversized modern versions sitting on dealership lots today in 2026. Modern trucks are entirely too large for a senior to comfortably park or load. You must target the first generation Tacoma, specifically the 2000 to 2004 model years. This is the benchmark of the compact truck market. It is remarkably narrow, allowing you to maneuver through tight urban alleys and narrow garage doors with zero stress. The hood sits low to the ground, giving you complete visibility of the pavement ahead. You never have to worry about hitting a curb or a small object hiding in a massive blind spot. You must specifically hunt for models equipped with the 2.4-liter or 2.7-liter four-cylinder engines and completely avoid the V6 engine if you prioritize ease of maintenance. The V6 is incredibly reliable, but it fills the engine bay entirely, making routine jobs like changing spark plugs painful for anyone with arthritis. The four-cylinder engines feature a heavy-duty steel timing chain and simple internal components. To solve the vibration issues inherent in large four-cylinder engines, Toyota engineers installed twin counter-rotating balance shafts inside the engine block. These shafts spin in the opposite direction of the crankshaft, canceling out the engine vibrations and making the truck idle smoothly. They produce adequate power for daily errands and refuse to die. The bed height is perfect for seniors. The tailgate sits exactly at waist level for an average adult, so you can slide a heavy bag of topsoil or a large suitcase into the bed without straining your lower back. The cabin controls are pure tactile simplicity. Large analog dials control the heat and air conditioning, meaning you do not have to navigate a confusing digital touchscreen just to turn on the radio. However, you must aggressively inspect one major failure point before buying. The steel frame is highly susceptible to catastrophic rust. Toyota faced a massive recall regarding these frames rotting completely in half near the rear leaf spring mounts. You must crawl underneath the truck with a flashlight. If the frame is painted in thick black wax and looks significantly newer than the body, it is a replacement frame. If the metal is flaking and rust is bubbling through, walk away immediately. You can secure these legendary small trucks for $5,000 to $12,000. A compact Japanese legend is brilliant for basic errands, but what if you demand the classic feeling of a full-size American truck with a massive V8 engine and a sofa for a front seat? Our next vehicle is the king of heavy-duty comfort. Best 3. The 1999 to 2006 Chevrolet Silverado 1500. We are stepping back into the golden era of American engineering. The GMT 800 generation Chevrolet Silverado is the ultimate shield against expensive repair bills and is widely considered the peak of full-size truck reliability. You must target the 1999 to 2006 model years and actively avoid the 2007 and newer models at all costs. General Motors ruined the later generations by installing highly flawed active fuel management systems. Those modern systems shut down engine cylinders to save fuel, but the internal lifters collapse and destroy the engine camshaft from the inside out. The heart of this comfortable cruiser is the legendary 5.3-liter LM7 V8 engine. This engine utilizes a highly durable cast iron block and a simple pushrod architecture. It does not use fragile turbochargers, complex overhead camshafts, or direct fuel injection. It operates at incredibly low revolutions per minute, meaning the internal bearings experience virtually zero stress during normal daily driving. This truck is perfect for seniors because it features incredibly plush, supportive seats. The front bench seat feels exactly like a comfortable living room sofa, absorbing the impact of broken pavement before it ever reaches your spine. You must specifically search for a two-wheel drive model because they sit significantly lower to the pavement than the four-wheel drive versions and use traditional front coil springs instead of harsh torsion bars. This drastically lowers the step-in height, allowing you to slide into the cabin easily. Despite the proven engine, you must actively inspect the metal brake lines. General Motors used inferior steel for the factory brake lines, and in states that salt their winter roads, the sodium chloride accumulates inside the frame rails and eats right through them. If the brake pedal feels spongy or travels straight to the floorboard when pressed, the lines are completely compromised, resulting in a heavy labor expense. You must also check the dashboard instrument cluster. The speedometer, tachometer, and vital fuel gauges rely on tiny plastic gears that shatter due to cabin heat and age. The needles will point in completely wrong directions. Finally, the water pump metal gaskets degrade over time. If you smell sweet engine coolant burning, the gaskets must be replaced. You can snag these comfortable V8 machines for $4,000 to $8,000. Are you tired of salesmen pushing you toward expensive, fragile computers? Make sure you press that like button to support honest automotive advice. We freely give you the exact blueprint to protect your pension. An older American truck provides incredible comfort, but it does lack modern safety features like backup cameras and advanced airbags. What if you want modern technology paired with an engine that can cross 1 million miles? Prepare yourself for a true heavyweight. Best 2, the 2014 to 2021 Toyota Tundra. When you want a massive vehicle that simply refuses to quit under any circumstances, the Toyota Tundra proudly stands entirely alone. You must target the later years of the second-generation Tundra, specifically hunting for the 2014 to 2021 model years. During this specific window, Toyota refreshed the exterior styling, drastically improved the interior cabin materials, and added a standard backup camera across all trim levels, completely eliminating the stress of reversing a large truck in crowded parking lots. Most importantly, they retained the greatest V8 engine ever manufactured, while dodging the highly complex, problematic twin-turbo V6 engines found in the brand-new Tundras sitting on lots in 2026. These models utilize the legendary 5.7-liter 3URF EV8 engine. This massive aluminum block engine produces 381 horsepower, using a heavy-duty steel timing chain and traditional port fuel injection. Because it does not use direct injection, the intake valves remain completely free of heavy carbon buildup. This is the exact same engine architecture documented to cross 1 million miles in commercial transport vehicles, flawlessly paired with a heavy-duty 6-speed automatic transmission built by Eisen that shifts with precision. For seniors, the interior is highly accessible. It features enormous physical knobs for the radio and air conditioning that you can easily operate while wearing thick winter gloves. The rear seat space in the CrewMax configuration is cavernous, easily allowing you to comfortably transport adult passengers or store walkers and medical equipment perfectly securely inside the dry cabin. However, you must be aware of 2 specific flaws. First, the fuel economy is horrific. You will average 13 miles per gallon in the city, trading fuel efficiency for mechanical immortality. Second, the camshaft tower seals develop slow oil leaks. Toyota used a liquid sealant instead of a traditional rubber gasket between the cam tower and the cylinder head, which degrades over time. Inspect the sides of the engine block near the front tires. If you see thick, dark oil seeping down the metal, the cam tower seals must be resealed. This is a labor-intensive repair that costs over $2,000 because the mechanic must remove the fuel injectors and intake manifold to access the bolts. The water pump also sits behind the cooling fan and is prone to minor weeping. If you see pink crust forming near the pulleys, the water pump is failing. You can secure these incredible machines for $20,000 to $35,000 depending on mileage. The Tundra is an incredible investment, but it still rides exactly like a stiff, heavy-duty truck. What if you desperately need the maximum comfort, a buttery smooth ride, and a trunk hidden inside the bed? We have finally reached the ultimate summit. Best 1, the 2017 to 2023 Honda Ridgeline. We have successfully reached the peak of senior-friendly truck engineering. When you want a highly capable vehicle that completely refuses to quit but provides the incredibly smooth ride of a luxury sedan, the second-generation Honda Ridgeline stands entirely alone. Traditional truck enthusiasts mock this vehicle because it does not feature a heavy, solid rear axle or a separate steel ladder frame. Their ignorance is your ultimate advantage. Because traditional buyers ignore it, the Ridgeline Ridgeline is the smartest purchase on the entire used market. You must target the 2017 to 2023 model years, which feature the brilliant 3.5-liter J35 V6 engine, the undeniable gold standard for naturally aspirated reliability. The incredible brilliance of the Ridgeline lies in its totally unique architecture. Unlike every other truck on this list, it uses a unibody frame integrated with a closed-box truss and features a fully independent rear suspension system. This entirely eliminates the harsh, bouncy ride associated with empty pickup trucks hitting expansion joints. It rides exactly like a smooth Honda Pilot SUV, absorbing heavy pavement impacts without sending painful shocks directly up your spine. Furthermore, the bed design is a masterpiece of practicality for older adults. The dual-action tailgate can drop down traditionally or swing outward like a car door. This allows you to walk right up to the bumper without leaning over the heavy tailgate, saving your lower back from immense strain. Hidden directly underneath the composite bed floor is a highly secure, completely waterproof trunk. You can easily drop your weekly groceries safely inside without ever having to lift them high into the air over the side rails, and it even features a drain plug so you can fill it with ice or wash it out with a hose. The step-in height is incredibly low, allowing you to simply slide sideways into the driver's seat without climbing or straining your knees. The variable torque management all-wheel drive system operates in front-wheel drive to save fuel, but sends power to the rear wheels the moment slip is detected, utilizing active torque vectoring for incredible cornering stability. While the incredible engineering is proven, there are two major failure points you must check. First, you must verify the rubber timing belt history. The highly famous J35 is an interference engine that strictly relies on a heavy-duty rubber timing belt, which must be replaced every 90,000 miles, along with the water pump and hydraulic tensioner. Open the hood and look for a small sticker documenting the last timing belt service. Second, the torque converter on the early 6-speed automatic transmissions can shudder. Take the truck on a highway test drive. If the vehicle shakes slightly at 45 miles per hour, the transmission fluid must be flushed completely. Honda switched to a highly reliable 9-speed transmission in 2020 to solve this entirely. Test the radio buttons to ensure the infotainment screen reacts properly. You can securely snag these incredibly comfortable machines for $20,000 to $30,000. You now possess the exact blueprint to bypass the highly flawed modern truck market in 2026. You know exactly which comfortable vehicles will survive decades of use and which specific flaws to watch out for. Stop paying a massive premium for unproven, disposable modern supercomputers disguised as trucks. Demand tough, proven engineering and protect your finances by purchasing incredible machines with a documented history of extreme longevity. If you found these vehicle breakdowns highly helpful, let us know exactly which truck you want to park permanently in your driveway in the comments below. Do not forget to press the like button to help us share these vital mechanical insights, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an incredible upload. There is another highly important video popping up on your screen right now exposing the 10 classic cars that will completely bankrupt you. Click the next video, and I will see you over there.